Welcome everyone, thank you for watching in advance. Today I wanted to talk about accents and pronunciation in English, which is one of the things that interests me the most. I've got an idea which may be obvious to some of you, but it may be of help to some of you English learners out there, non-native English speakers like me. So I speak Portuguese as my first language because I'm Brazilian. I'm from Rio. And I speak English as my second language. And as you can probably guess, my main reference when it comes to accent is the British accent. I believe, and that's what I wanted to talk about today, I believe that it's very productive, very useful for your English as a whole, if you aim at a native accent and you stick to it and you try to acquire it and you try to master it or develop it or whatever you want to call it. Even if you don't get to the point where you're able to sound like a native or very close to that, it's very good for your learning process as a whole if you go through the pain of trying to acquire a native accent. Yeah, so it's very popular these days to say that you don't have to sound like a native, that you can speak with whatever accent you want to speak. You can speak English just like your first language in terms of pronunciation, for example, and it's not required to do that, and attempting to do that may kill your enjoyment, or maybe frustrating, or whatever. All of that is true. I don't agree 100% with those statements. But yeah, it's a bit risky in terms of the frustration thing. In terms of maybe it's not for everyone, maybe it's not, you're not going to like it if you do it this way. You may have to test it for yourself. It's not for everyone, really. It's a global language, you might say, and there are hundreds or whatever accents of English, and you don't have to do this, to aim at a very specific British or American accent or something. That's true, yeah. But I still think it could be worth the try. It's been worth to me very much. I really believe it's one of the most productive decisions that I've ever made in terms of my language development. There are reasons for that. I think every area of the language is somehow, to some extent, connected to the sound of the language. So phonetics is kind of everywhere if you look for it. So I think the first thing you're going to start noticing as you do this, if you want to try it for yourself, if you haven't already, is that it's going to help you understand the sound of the language better. And for example, the difference between accents and the difference between the accent of English as opposed to your own first language. And that really helps you be more aware of your mistakes. What exactly is causing you to make some pronunciation slips here and there. And it's also this understanding, this increasingly refined understanding that you start to get from that is going to change your listening skills dramatically for the better. It's going to help you improve your listening skills if that's something you're looking for. It's definitely going to exert very interesting effects on your listening skills. For obvious reasons, right? You're now able to... the way you see the sounds that constitute English pronunciation is more detailed. You're now able to process sound information faster, which then helps you understand what you're listening to, what you're hearing. I think that's obvious, right? I mean, if you understand the sound better and your ear is better refined for that purpose, obviously your listening comprehension is going to skyrocket, right? Another very interesting effect it has is that I would like to mention is that it's going to make your whole journey a bit more enjoyable, because it's gonna help you feel like you're speaking English. I'm not sure if this makes sense to you, but to me it does. When I think of the English language, I think of a sound that's pre-established, that's there before I reach it. English is supposed to sound a certain way, which is the native way, obviously. And so, as you approach that criterion, that standard, you kind of feel like you're sounding more like that standard, that native accent. And it gives you a feeling of that you're closer to that culture, that you're closer to the language as a whole. You feel closer to it. I think, yeah, I'm not sure this is going to make sense to anyone, but it does to me. It's something that's obviously very subjective. I can't prove it, but it's something that I feel like it's significant to me. It means something to me. Another thing is that it makes my reading aloud more enjoyable, really. Even if I don't read aloud, actually, I may read silently and still imagine the sound of the language with the accent that I intended to sound, if that makes sense. So as I read Sherlock Holmes, for example, it sounds a bit more British, which may be, I'm not sure it's childish to you, but... And I've noticed that I've been able to read faster as I improved my pronunciation and my listening skills. And something else that may be of some significance and importance to some of you is, or honestly to most of us, is that it makes you a bit more impressive when you speak English. Even to your own nationals, your fellow Portuguese speakers or whatever. In my case, it's Portuguese. When I speak English with Brazilians, they tend to be impressed when it comes to my accent, because it sounds a bit more native than usual around here. And this may be of significance to your professional life, maybe, or your academic life, or whatever. You probably know what I'm talking about. It really helps sound a bit more authoritative, if that's something you're looking for. Hopefully not arrogant. That's something to consider. But sorry. Yeah. So I can't prove any of this. I'm not a linguist. I'm just a learner. And let me know what you think of it. What do you think?